How y'all doing? This episode 5 of the Higher Intellect podcast. If you don't know, we're doing it a little bit different this time. Not only am I recording via Zoom with Mr. Jazz Greywall himself, we also going on IG Live, to give a lot of interaction for people. So if you guys want to chime in, give us some questions or some commentary, anything for us to talk about, please add in that to us as well. This is episode 5, and this is the Higher Intellect podcast. If you don't know, I'm so happy. I got my guy Jazz with me, Mr. Greywall, Mr. Money Man. I call him Mr. Clouds because he always reaching high. He's the epitome of higher intellect right now. Um, and at this time, I'm gonna let him take the show. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Clouds himself.
And man, I don't know how I'm supposed to beat that intro you just gave me. Nah, man, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be on here, man. I love to do anything I can to support. You should have waited till episode 6, but it's cool.
You
I
got it.
appreciate the feature on the 5, but it's good. It's good. But it's all love, man. I'm real proud of everything you're doing and always willing to do whatever I can to support.
For sure. Man, first and foremost, man, how you doing today?
Man, I'm straight, man. Beautiful weather, but I'm stuck inside, but that's all right.
Are you stuck inside? You at work? Okay, you work. See,
Mm-hmm.
working man. I'm on my lunch break. I can't complain, man. But
I'm at the top.
because you're a working man, that's another reason why we wanted you here today. Something that I definitely want to highlight is that Mr. Jazz did not allow COVID-19 to stop what he was building. His marathon continued. And I believe that takes a lot of tenacity and a lot of, just self belief to say, okay, well, everything going on in the world, I'm still going to show up and persevere in my life. And I want to highlight that because, as you can see, if you're looking from the backdrop, you see Cloud Smoke Shop. Jazz isn't just working there; he's the owner of this. So this is his business, and that's something that's major. Like that's dope. Like in my opinion, that's like the ultimate step of courage to say, "Hey, I'm gonna put my self belief and my faith in what I'm gonna stand on, and I'm gonna do it no matter whatever the climate or the the world telling me not to do right now, man." So, hey, just tell us about that. What that journey been like for you?
Man, hectic. Takes a lot of patience. I mean, everything going on with COVID, and what I'm saying, it's just a matter of stepping out your comfort zone. COVID can either make you or break you. I mean, a lot of things it did slow down completely, but also if you prioritize and what I'm saying, stay proactive on what you want your outlook to be for your future, COVID can really play in your favor.
Mm,
COVID can
mm,
really play in your favor. And I mean, with me, hardest part for me was just like I said, patience because working with so many different vendors because I specialize in vape, glass, CBD, and tobacco. You got various vendors in state, out of state, and hardest thing was just first of all manufacturing on their end is so slow.
mm,
So trying to find a box of swishers for me to sell is like finding gold right now. I haven't been able to carry a single pack of swishers since I opened because you would think that manufacturing they actually gonna make more money because more people is at home, but manufacturing is so slow on their end that they're not even producing enough products or they don't have enough uh, people to produce the products because they can't afford to pay everyone.
mm-hmm.
So everything is real limited on that right now.
Got you. So not only was you dealing with the on land problems, you had to deal with the manufacturing side and just trying to figure out the logistics part of it as a whole. Mm. What has that been like for you? I'm pretty sure when you signed up for this, that you weren't looking for that part of it, but I mean, it came with the journey.
I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, you know what I'm saying? But nothing worth having comes easy. But it's just a matter of being patient and strategically really figuring out. I mean, especially when you start something new, like with me, retail is retail.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have your good days, you're going to have your bad days, especially starting off in the middle of a pandemic. But it just kind of played in my favor because of the network that I have and my location. My location is on a real busy road. Right across the street, there's a shopping center being built right now, so that's going to produce more traffic for me as well. So
Okay.
it's just a matter of just proper marketing, word of mouth, and just as long as you get in here, I know I'm gonna sell you something.
Got you.
And my thing is if I don't sell you, what I'm saying, something that does a transaction on my point of sale, I'm at least tell you a good time to where I know you'll be back to purchase next time.
Hey, and that's important because that's an experience, and a lot of times people don't realize that they don't pay for a product; they pay for the experience.
Exactly. And I mean, I've been to plenty of smoke shops before, in state, out of state, and even out of the country. But we just try to do our setup differently to where the vibe is more welcoming, a little bit more urban. and you kind of get the best of both worlds whenever you do come to clouds.
Gotcha. I know you talked about the location for the people that don't know. Where is your shop exactly located?
My shop is located in the heart of East Rogers. I'm 2 blocks from downtown Rogers. Our physical address is 915 South 8th Street.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So if you don't know, that's Northwest Arkansas, where they put in a lot of work. Woo Pixel around that area, they do one pretty far in that tournament this year.
Them boys
How you
hooping.
feeling about that?
Them boys hooping, man. I
Man, they
love
had me
it.
scared yesterday. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. It's been a lot of upsets.
My bracket is done,
Oh, man,
done.
Ohio State and Oral Roberts messed it up for
I,
everybody.
and what's crazy was I should have known better about the whole Oral Roberts piece more so because like I know people that play for Oral Roberts and I know how they've been coming, but I still my bracket done. The Ohio State, the Oral Roberts, I think I had UNC winning too. So yeah, like it was over with. And then Arkansas scared me the first half. I'm in working like, hold on, we're
Trip,
losing.
tripping, yeah. Well,
Next
hey,
thing I
got Texas Tech next. Let's see what happens. You know, they went to the finals last time.
so
They lost
so
in overtime to Virginia.
so Texas Tech did win today.
No, no, no. No, Texas Tech won, was it yesterday?
Was it yesterday or I thought they
Texas
played today?
might be.
Because I was worrying about that because I know they play who they play. It wasn't no slouch, but I was like, okay, either way, we got a battle. So we can't come
Yeah.
out playing like we played the first half because we come out playing like that. I don't know if we're gonna be able to finish that one because that's gonna be a little tough. But yeah, Jazz Great Wall up there in Northwest Arkansas making it happen. Like as he spoke to, he providing services and needs and products to accommodate the masses, man. And hey, kudos to you on that. I promise you that you're gonna reap the rewards from that, man. You showed up and showed out during a time that, ain't been the most pivotal situation for a lot of people, man. So I don't want to take that lightly at all because to start is one thing, but to persevere and prevail, that's another, man. Like, what's this like what is this quarter 3 for you? Had it even been that long? How long have you
I
been in business?
opened on December 4th on Founders Day was my grand opening.
December 4th. Wow. December 4th. What is it? It's March.
Yeah, so I'm barely past my first quarter.
Wow.
I just some days.
Hey, that's dope. That is dope.
Man,
I still haven't made my way up there, but I got to come expeditiously. In the words of Ti, I have to come. I got to see it, man.
good for it, man. I know you good for it.
Got to, man. I remember when you was talking about the ideal and just you kind of like you didn't say too much. You said you was gonna do something, but you didn't say too much. What was like the pivotal point to where you was like, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna make it a reality. Like, what was it? Because I think for a lot of us, we get so stuck in like talking about something or thinking about something that we never like truly go out there and manifest it. So what was that point where you was like, okay, I gotta make this happen, regardless of whatever?
I manifest within myself, my family, and my prayers. It's good to have, you know what I'm saying, the social media support, but doers don't talk. Doers don't talk. And the more you talk about it, you spending your energy and time trying to promote something, instead of trying to use that time to bring it to life. So it's always been in the back of my mind. I mean, the timing and the way it played out wasn't ideal,
Mm,
but you kind of just play with the cards you dealt with.
yeah, boy, that is so true. That is so true. What how do you feel like the support has been for it thus far?
Crazy, crazy. I mean, once I did finally make the announcement, let me pull this up. Once I did finally make the announcement on social media and stuff closer to grand opening, I mean, it was just an abundance of support, man. Honestly, my first day, feel like I sold my sales, and as far as my products, matched the sales of my t-shirts.
Oh wow. That's
Yes, I
hey,
mean, I almost damn near ran out of merch in like the first week and a half, 2 weeks, and that includes like out of state shipping. So shout out to my people who's been ordering shirts all the way in Texas, California, Atlanta.
mm,
It's just been crazy, man.
yeah, man. That's dope. But especially in a generation where I feel like it's a lot of people that want to support, but then they struggle to know how. Like sometimes people think the only support that they can provide is always financial. Like And I be telling people all the time, like, man, I don't think y'all understand how much a like, a reshare, a favorite of a post can really do for you, or just sometimes it be some things we don't even think about. Like, what's something that we could do to show support to the smoke shop? Even let's say if we in California, or we across the sea, what's something that you could think of that we could do to show support, man?
I mean, anything like you said, a like and a share go a long way. And I mean, if there's people out there, I mean, I have the ability with the resources that I got to be a vendor. So if
Hmm.
there's somebody
Okay.
like so like you live in Dallas, you know a lot of people, you have a pretty wide network. You know somebody who wants to be for example, a third party hookah service for X location, whether it be a various of clubs or just one location. If you want to start a third party hookah business, I can be your vendor.
Okay. I didn't even think about it like that. Cause I see all the times like a pop-up shops or just looking for vendors to come out to our like they might have a festival outside or something like that. I didn't even think about it like that. So hey, if you tuning into this and y'all need some vendors, y'all heard the man, Mr. Smoke Shop himself. I call him Mr. Dan Rue. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Dan. My guy wear mini hats, if you didn't know. He wears mini hats.
One of the reasons I stopped wearing them.
Man, you can't do that.
I got so tired of getting tagged in his stuff.
Boy, I promise you, every day, Dan was the man with the plan. Little did they know it was Jazz with the man with the plan the whole time.
Man, something like that, I get it. Hey, did your live turn off?
Yeah, I had turned it off. I could hear like the echo in the background. So I was like, okay, maybe I gotta try something else because I ain't feel like dealing with it at the time. But we definitely heard you. We definitely got the nuggets. Something else I did I want to ask you about. Because, like I said, you've been the man with the plan for a while, been a diverse fellow. What? Did you recently get the power to bring people together in union via marriage?
I did. I did. I am an ordained minister, and I have done two weddings now. And then I don't know if you remember my homegirl Jazz from
Mm,
Oklahoma. She came to y'all probate.
yeah, I remember.
I'm doing her wedding on Halloween this year,
They get married on Halloween.
or like that weekend.
Okay, I was gonna say she said my boo. Ooh, okay, that's real cute.
Right.
That's real cute. Okay, okay. What was that like? What was that journey like?
Man, I mean, honestly, the process wasn't hard. I just logged on and got signed up. I mean, of course, I had my questions, but once they sent me my full package with my certificate, came with a booklet and everything, kind of made it easier for me. And luckily, the first wedding that I did was one of my best friend Jake's, and it was a super small wedding. So they actually didn't do this full out wedding like with the venue and all that till August. But in May, they had that date set for a particular reason. So they wanted to do a wedding at the farmhouse.
Mm,
So luckily it was a small setting. 90% of the people there I knew. There wasn't more than like 30, 40 people there, if that. So I mean, luckily I got to start out pretty small. I didn't just jump in the fire right away, but I'm not gonna lie, man. For me, you know me, like I can get up there and talk. I can talk in
hmm.
front of large crowds. You've seen it. You know, we host other events and stuff at Arkansas Tech when we were there, and talking and networking has never been an issue. And even though it was one of my best friends, man, I got up there on the podium. I just looked in the crowd and I said, "I'm here. Like I I can't fold now. I got to get it done." It was different. Like for a while, my nerves was wrecking, but like once they walked down the aisle and we kind of just got rolling, it just all happened so fast.
That's crazy. Yeah, like you said, I definitely remember like hosting events and having you get up and be willing to speak and just network. Like I think just kind of watching you maneuver showed me the power of networking, man. Like like it's crazy to even think about it. Like that's probably I'm just gonna make the assumption that's probably one of the key reasons why you were so able to, start this event, have the support that you have now, and just be able to flourish in this space because you've been networking since I met you. Like I probably met you through an event where I was approached by you. So that just kind of goes a long way. That kind of speaks to the power of just, I guess putting yourself out there and being willing to communicate on your behalf and advocate for yourself.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I want to say we met at an AASA event.
Okay. I, I wouldn't doubt it, but I can't tell you exactly where I met you, but I'm pretty sure.
Matter of fact, that's where it was. I think it might have been your freshman year. is
Mhm.
whenever me and I don't know if you were there or not. Me and it was me and Constance had hosted the Battle of the Sexes.
Oh, okay, okay.
We
So
we,
I
we had
remember that.
hosted the Battle of the Sexes and we did
Y'all
all the
did host that.
yeah. I
I
want to I
remember
want to
that.
say that was one of the first few times I really just linked up with you and got to really chop it up with you.
Yeah, I remember that because that was an interesting event because I feel like that was the first time I even thought about some of the kind of the stereotypes that we have towards us and women. Yeah, that was a good event. How I forget that? That was actually a really good event. It was a good turnout as well. Y'all definitely did host it. Y'all did a great job, man. I think about it. So my guy went from hosting Battle of the Sexes to bringing the sexes together in unity.
Man,
Like,
you
so,
it was meant to be.
like I'm just kind of curious. Like, what was it? Was like, okay, I'm gonna go get ordained so I can bring people. What was it like? What led to this? Like, what inspired it?
To this day, never did I think I would be doing that. But like I said, with Jake's situation, and he wanted that to be his special day on their wedding certificate for their anniversary, he personally reached out to me. He said, "Hey, he's like, you could say no." I thought he was playing. He was like, "Hey, I want y'all." He's like, "I want you to marry us." I was like, "What you talking about? Like,
Wow.
am I about to be like a stepchild or something? Like, what's going on?" He's like, "No, for real." He's like, "I want you to marry us." I was like, "Bro, I can't do that." Bro, he did majority of the research for me, sent me everything. I read up on it, and that's, like I said, it's one of my best friends. And for one, that's a huge honor to me. That's better than being a best man. You know what I mean? So, of course, was I uncomfortable? Absolutely. But given such honor from somebody so close to me, I jumped out of my comfort zone, and I'd be more than honored to do it.
That's crazy. So somebody thought so highly of you. That's like, I want you to marry me and my, fiance. And now you got a kind of a whole nother like a walk of life that you can, engage in. Like, hey, Jazz, I want you to marry me. I want you to marry me. And it's crazy because, like you said, you won't even think about it. That's crazy. That I
And
think,
and thing is, I thought I'd be done after that one. Like, I'm just doing this for my brother. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be cool. But I guess whenever somebody saw it, somebody else reached out to me because I don't promote it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit out here and be like, "Oh, I'm." Don't get me wrong. I believe in a higher power. I pray daily, but I'm not gonna sit here and portray that I'm this godly man and I should, use this as another source of income
yeah,
because I didn't even charge him for it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for one, is one of my best friends too. He did all the hard part for me. All I had to do was get up there, talk, and get signed up before that. So what I look like
Yeah.
charging in the name of God. You know what I mean? So I mean,
That's
it's not
crazy.
something I promote, but I mean, I get asked to do it, and if I'm close to you, if my schedule allows, I definitely do it. And like when I get to think about it, it's kind of messed up because it could be a package deal, but it could be viewed as like a very negative thing too. Because I've been bartending for 5 years, so I
Hmm.
can really do ministering the wedding and then bartending your reception type thing.
That's crazy, boy. You are the epitome of jack of all trades. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, bro. To this day, I was like, man, man. He asked me that. I was like, bro, stop playing. Like I really do thought he was playing. He's
Yeah,
trying to send me all
I
this
would.
information, and then I was like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it. I signed up. I got that box. I was like, all right, this is getting for real. Man, we get to that farmhouse, and I'm sitting there setting up. What's crazy is I cooked for that wedding too.
You
I,
cook for the wedding?
yes, because like you know, what I'm saying it was a small wedding, and like being back like homecoming and stuff, we grilled for about at least 50, 60
Yeah,
people at a
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Bro, I literally prepped the chicken the night before. We got up there. I'm in the farmhouse. People starting to pull up, man. I'm looking out the window. I said, boy, that's a lot of cars. That's a lot of cars,
Yeah.
man. I got the grill rocking and then got up there, did the wedding. As soon as they kissed the bride and they walked down the aisle, as soon as they started doing pictures, I hopped out that suit and jumped on the grill.
Golly, boss. Like, you was just a one man show. Just first of all, you was
Honestly, bro, it was crazy.
chosen. He saw something in you, which is I feel like something that we can't walk over. He saw something in you to where he's like, I want you to marry us. Then not only that, you got the cooking, the chef of the year, Mr. Greenwald, Mr. Throw the Salt on him, okay,
Man,
Mr. Salt Bay and all that. Then
yeah.
boy, you cold piece of work. You a cold piece of work.
I ain't gonna lie, boy. It was hot as hell. It was
Uh,
hot as hell.
when, was it in the summertime?
It was May 31st.
May 31st. He said, I remember that.
Man,
That part was sweated in my brain. I'll never forget that day.
I swear.
That's crazy. Boy, you ought to know a little something about that heat, ain't you? You from California, ain't you?
Yeah, man. But this southern heat different.
Oh yeah. Oh
This
yeah, for
southern
sure.
heat different.
For sure, for sure. No, it is different. It's very much so
On
different.
top of that, we was in the middle of a field at a farm.
Oh we. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was borderline summertime. That was definitely borderline summertime. Was it in Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was summertime. Ain't no borderline. It was summer. It was good and hot. It was probably 90 some degrees.
And just to give you a breakdown of where I was in Perryville.
Okay, so you ain't had no trees. You was just out there. Okay. You had a three-piece suit on, a Steve Harvey special, a deluxe.
Steve Harvey, man, I had a little Cedric and a Santa going on.
What about the turtleneck? You ain't no turtleneck on, dude.
I would have passed out. I was already nervous enough.
Okay, I had to bring up the turtleneck because a lot of times if y'all don't know, Mr. Jazz Great Wall is a brother of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And, they known for wearing them turtlenecks, so I just had to make sure he ain't
Don't
had
say
no
they like
turtleneck
you
on.
affiliated.
Huh?
Don't say they like you ain't affiliated.
Oh, I'm definitely affiliated. Proud member of New Alpha Chapter. By way of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. You know what I'm saying? Folk Club to be exact. Some of y'all might not know what that means, but this ain't about me. But Jazz, Jazz, you kind of familiar with the world. Can you tell me a little bit what's going on with them Sacramento Kings?
Hey, relax. You good?
Huh?
I'll tell you what's going on with him. Luke Walton need to be fired. He should never got hired in the first place.
So
Luke
it's Luke
Walton is
fault?
the problem. Yes.
Huh?
Actually, let me backtrack. Before Luke, it was Vlade Divac's fault. For how
Okay.
good of a player he was for us in the front
Mhm.
office, he was trash because
Right.
he picked Bagley over Luca. And don't get me wrong, I know you a Duke Blue Devil guy. Nothing gets Bagley, he just don't fit our system. Now,
Well,
now hear me out. Imagine the backcourt of De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, and Luca.
something that you do got to keep in consideration is that we didn't know that Luca was this type of player. Also, I feel like you do take Marvin Bagley to make sure other people don't get Marvin Bagley because that's when you in that category to where you got this 6'10", 6'11" player that can dribble the ball, can shoot, and showed to be that option in college. Whereas we didn't see that from Luka. We kind of seen his overseas interaction, this and that. So they always gonna downplay the international ball compared to the Duke Blue Devil ball. So
And that's the problem.
I
That's
I can't knock him for choosing Marvin over Luka. I can't. Nobody saw Luka being this type of player. Nobody. So I can't even fault him against that. I
but
think we
also,
saw
but also
Marvin showing up
being,
better.
but Divock being the type of player he is and where he come from, he should have that expectation or at least give it a chance.
Yeah, but in this world and in this league, when you only get one chance to mess up like that. So they
Exactly.
went with the safer bet. When it's
But thing is, like you said earlier, he picked Marvin so nobody else would. But you making change, you know what I'm saying, a decision that could change the whole culture of the franchise. You making that decision out of somebody else's franchise, not for your own. Because you so concerned about what he might do on another team, you miss out on a player that could have really produced for your team.
oh, I mean, I can't 100% say that was his reasoning, but I do remember that Marvin Bagley looked really good in college. He looked like he had KD type stroke with
And he was
he
nice,
was
but
feeling.
also look at the team he was surrounded around.
Oh, absolutely, but that's the thing. You don't get to see a person out of their role until they're out of their role. Just like Luka looked dominant over there. Little did we know he looked dominant everywhere. But
Everywhere.
I can't fault the man for it. I mean, I thought Marvin was gonna show up a little better than what he has been doing. I mean,
And
he
on top
ain't
of that, he been injury prone. His pop
exactly
all on social media talking about getting him out of Sacramento. So like he don't even have
exactly
the support and want to be there. His
yeah
pop is like a silent LeVar Ball,
yeah.
honestly. And
Boy,
then
oh we LeVar Ball. Did you
yeah,
see the? You see the comments he made earlier, well, supposedly made earlier in regards to Lonzo,
Out getting them out of New Orleans.
because he hated there or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like that was unnecessary because
Of
what
course.
happens if Lonzo doesn't leave there and you have painted this stigma for your son? And it's just like, ugh. As a father, I don't think you should speak on those things. If Lonzo wants to make that type of commentary, he can do that. He can shoot himself in the foot. But
But thing
when
is, like, what LeVar needed. Don't get me wrong. I don't always agree with what he does, but what he always did do was keep his sons relevant, and he did get them to the league. Now, what LeVar need to focus on is letting them hoop and let them, you know what I'm saying, take their own walk of life and
yeah,
focus on Jello.
that is true. That is true because I mean, at this point, all his children are grown. They've had their opportunity within the league or presently in the league. So maybe it is time to take a step back. But one thing about it, I ain't a father. I can't speak as I know, but from the outside looking in, I don't think I would want my father to, kind of guide me in the way he has done. Because I feel like he's done his part, and his part has led to some exceptional young men with some exceptional skills and talent. So
I
I
mean,
think it's about time for him to step back.
honestly, I said it from day one. LaMelo is the coldest one out of them.
Yeah. I didn't say that from day one. I knew that he could be just because it's the little brother syndrome. It can go one or two ways. Well, no, it can go many ways, but the two ways that I'm speaking of is you gonna soak up all the L's that they've taken to where you don't have to take them and then you just advance,
Mm-hmm.
or you kind of just drastically go all the way because you don't want to be like them. It seemed like LaMelo was like, okay, I seen y'all shortcomings. I seen where y'all feel. Let me focus. Let me come back. And then that growth spurt, it was crazy. Like, it was
And
crazy.
I mean, he was a teenager playing overseas.
It, it's crazy. And then, like, that's what's crazy. Like, he was a problem before the growth spurt overseas. Then mid teenage, still trying to figure it out, still going through puberty. This man hits a growth spurt, still has his guard handle, still has his IQ, still, is
And what
mentally
that boy got
sharpening
is
his
a
game.
jumper. That
You
boy got
said
a
what?
that boy got a jumper and
Oh
crazy
yeah.
court.
Oh yeah. In my opinion, he has the best shot out of the trio. In my
Oh,
opinion, he definitely
100%.
has the best shot.
Don't get me wrong. Lonzo is a true point guard, and
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Lonzo's been shooting the ball a lot more confidently this season.
Yeah, Melo. In my opinion, Melo more of a shooting guard. I just feel like he play this role. He really could. LaMelo is nice. I I definitely think he's the best out of the trio. In my opinion, LaMelo is very nice, very much so nice.
So
Like
do
I
you
feel
got him
like
for rookie of the year?
you said what?
You got him for rookie of the year?
Oh, I want to. I don't know something about that boy Anthony Edwards. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Anthony Edwards is cold, but
I like Anthony.
what he had 42 the other night, his career high.
You breezed over there like it was something small.
No, Anthony Edwards out here catching bodies.
What? That's not something small. I don't know too many
That boy
rookies.
jumping out the gym, but and this is not even me being biased. I would take LaMelo over Anthony Edwards on Rookie of the Year, but I also feel like people need to highlight Tyrese Halliburton more because he's actually a reason that Sacramento has won some games.
Okay,
Not only
I
not only is
agree.
he playing well, he's also changing outcomes of games by the way he's playing. He's not just
I,
making highlights.
I give you that. I give you that. I definitely give you that. And I don't think they
Tyrese,
get the airtime. I don't think they get the airtime, so we don't really get to see it either.
yeah,
So I give you that one. But yeah, it.
Anthony
I'm not
Edwards.
gonna lie, these rookies haven't disappointed this year. There's some people that we haven't even stated that if they didn't have people hitting 42 and LaMelo going crazy like that, it would be some shoe-ins in previous years.
Oh
But
yeah.
this is gonna be one of them. I feel like this is gonna be one of those classes that's like, okay, we're gonna be like, okay, this might be considerably top five, one of the best draft classes, out there.
I ain't gonna say no top five.
It has the potential to be one of the top five. Like I don't know. Like
It's
I
got
can
the
see it.
potential. I'll give you that. But and the
It
thing
has the
is, I do
potential.
want them to thrive on that because everybody said the complete opposite whenever the draft was happening.
Oh, absolutely. They said this was a weak draft class. They definitely said that. And that's why it's so interesting now because these boys balling. What's the boy? what's the boy name that played Golden State? Is it Golden State?
Wiseman from
Yeah,
Memphis.
like he hooping
Yeah.
too.
Memphis, hey, he is cold.
And them boys is young. These boys is young.
Wiseman is really playing like he's been in the league for about 3 years. I
Exactly.
mean, it
So
makes it easier when you got Steph as your point guard. All you got to do is play your role.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, he didn't know the hand he was dealt. He just played his cards,
Yep.
and he's been doing that exceptionally. He's been doing that exceptionally. But we've been talking about sports. That's something we could do. Matter of fact, Jazz, we might need to come together and make a sports podcast. But
Hey, I'm with that. I'm with all that.
see, that one thing about higher intellects, we're gonna push the envelope. We're gonna reach a little bit higher. But I wanted to pose one last question for this episode of the podcast, man. As you done spoke to, you and done a lot of things. Some things you didn't even ask to do. Some people appointed you to do those things, and you was able to walk in those things. You might you might see you running this business as, hey, this is my day to day life. This is something I've come to realize, and I so much more I gotta do to make this scale this business. But for to somebody watching this or to somebody listening to this, that's something major, man. And sometimes we just need that one word of encouragement to say, okay, let's make it happen, man. If you could just tell somebody that's watching this and like, okay, dang, he's making it happen, regardless of the situations and doing what to do. What would be your word of advice?
Man, uh, COVID a prime example. Don't wait on the world to slow down for you because it's not going to. It just
Mm,
the more you prolong a situation, wait for the right timing, you might miss that window where you could have had the best opportunity for yourself and you didn't even realize it. No
mm,
matter what it is, if you feel like, I mean, of course, it's going to be difficult at first to jump out of your comfort zone, but as you know, you can only grow if you do jump out of that. If you are ready to even make small progress, of course, I was thinking about the bigger picture, but I feel like, especially nowadays with social media cloud and all the comparisons that's going on social media, everybody's so focused on the bigger picture that they don't take the small steps.
mm, mm.
And they actually, I'm not saying they don't take the small steps, they do, but they don't actually go into detail and take the extra small steps that come with it because they're so focused on what the outcome should be already, where you selling yourself short on the groundwork. So if you feel like you can progress, even if it's 2 steps forward, do it. Do that.
Yeah, buddy, I'm guilty of that one. Trying to focus on the full picture or the final picture.
Shit, we all are.
Yeah,
I'm not perfect by any means, and
yeah.
yeah, a lot of my growth came from, you know what I'm saying, like as the leader. Whenever I had, like for the chapter, for example, you was one of the main young brothers. We never had no confrontation, but we always had some sort of challenges because we all have different perspectives. We all come from different backgrounds and the way we analyze and approach things. And y'all was one of the biggest lines that we brought through, and we actually had to learn to work with one another. So, I mean, nobody's perfect. It's just a matter of being ready for yourself.
Mm, being ready for yourself. Boy, that's a word right there. Sometimes you gotta be ready for yourself. You can be ready for the world, you can be ready for everything, but is you ready for yourself? You ready to deal with yourself, your excuses, your thoughts? Like, man, you said something right there. That
It's
was
it's so easy to focus on
what's
everything
one.
else in the world that a lot of times you can't even face the man in the mirror.
Mm,
For the longest, I had a hard time doing that. I mean, I get told like, "Oh, you do this, you do that, you're doing good things," but in my head, I'm not doing shit.
that's crazy, boy. That's yeah, but we can be our biggest critic, we can be our biggest enemy, or we can be our biggest support system. Sometimes we can be all of the above.
At
And
the same time, and you don't even know it.
yeah, it's just a battle.
And we could be our biggest distraction. That's the main one.
Mm, yeah. Because we'll look for a distraction before we find a solution, because that'll be relief.
Mm-hmm. That temporary comfort ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Boy, boy, boy. Boy, you just said something, man. You just said a lot, man. Well, I appreciate your words, man. I want to first thank you for even, coming out episode 5, being vulnerable with us, allowing us to get the enrichment here, your journey, ordained us with your words and your ministry, good brother.
Amen.
Uh,
Amen.
I appreciate you. If y'all didn't know, he said Smoke Shop, Cloud Smoke Shop. Can you drop the address one more time?
915 South A Street, Rogers, Arkansas, 72756. And I do shipping as well. Online store coming soon.
Oh. So Good Brother Jazz just remove excuses. We do shipping as well. So I need to make sure that I ship myself up there physically so I can get to the storefront. But you
Yes,
guys can tap me in on the website and we'll definitely keep you updated when that drops. But like as I was saying, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in for episode 5. I appreciate y'all, the higher intellect world. Remember, we always reaching a little bit higher. And with that, peace out.
appreciate you having me, bro.
Yes, sir.